Oh shit, that's not made. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Syd. This is now I think my 5th video, which is very exciting. What I just decided to do is do a little October in review, talk about my first month of my exchange, some stuff I did, talk a little bit about school, but mostly more about just kind of my hobbies, that kind of thing, and then talk about like the experience of being away from home, and then we can do like month by month comparisons to see how things go. And my mom is going to pretend she didn't see that, and then I will be back. So for my first hobby, it is crochet, and I made 2 bags this month. I made this one, little sunflower bag, it's so cute. And then I made this one, which it's a little bit harder to see, but it's got like a flower pattern on the bottom. And then it kind of goes like up and then to like a market bag type, almost like a fishnet pattern. I will put both patterns for the bags in my description if you're interested in making them. I think this one is like all over Instagram, it's all over TikTok, it is all over Pinterest. It is definitely very rewarding to make. It is also very time consuming. You can see if I flip it inside out, there are all the ends. I just don't want to weave in, so I'm not going to. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite. I've used it, I've gotten compliments on it, so there's that one. This one I do like, but I made the handle really long because I just didn't know how long to make the handle. So I'm debating tearing the handle out and redoing it, but I kind of don't want to. That's what I got up to crochet wise this month. I'm also starting on a sweater. I'll show, it's the Valentina sweater by Olivia, made on Instagram. I will also tag her, or I'll take the pattern. It's like a little, it starts out as a heart on the chest and then kind of goes outwards. I'm using like a nice light cream color and a brown. So I'm starting on the chest of the sweater and then going to do the rest. So might do a video on making that because that will technically be the second crochet sweater I make, but it'll be the one I'm definitely gonna wear the most. So yeah, that's what I got up with crochet. And then my other hobby is reading. So I'm reading, I finished The Secret Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Hi, it is me, I'm editing. I realize in this entire video I say The Secret Life of Addie LaRue. It is not The Secret Life of Addie LaRue, it is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. However, I think the fact that I called the book by the wrong name the entire video just kind of shows my opinion of it, of like, you know? So yeah, book talk, please don't come for me. I'm sorry, but also, unpopular opinion, kind of overrated. I would give it a 4 out of 5. V.E. Schwab is one of my favorite authors. I'll also put like a picture of the book here in case you haven't heard of the book, but I think you kind of have to be living under a rock to not heard of the book at this point. The Shades of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab is like one of my favorite trilogies ever. They're so well written and I really like it. I've also read that one. I haven't read the sequel to that one yet. But V.E. Schwab's an incredibly talented author. I really love her. I just didn't connect with the characters as much. I liked Addie, but I didn't like Henry, and so that was just kind of that. I'm also reading The Song of Achilles by Madeleine Miller. I was hoping to finish it this month. I only have about 100 pages left. That shouldn't be too much. I'm also listening to the audiobook of The Poppy War by R.F. I'm going to mispronounce this, Kwang, I think. I'll put a picture of it here on Audible. I only have about an hour left in that one. I try and listen to it as much as I can going to class. So I'm hoping in the first, I'm filming this on November 3rd. I'm hoping by November 10th I will have both The Song of Achilles and the puppyware done, and then after that I will read the Anthropocene reviewed by John Green, which if anyone who knows me like outside of YouTube, I'm majoring in biological anthropology. Not really a big surprise, I'm reading an anthropology book for fun. And then I'm going to listen to Atomic Habits. I can't remember who writes that one, I'll put a picture of that one. That's kind of hobbies wise what I got up to this month. So yeah. So for my exchange so far, I would break it into like 3 major like events or themes, which I would say health, friends, and school. So health, again, if you've watched my previous videos, I've always been sick in them. I'm just starting to not be sick anymore. I had at one point 2 infections that landed me in A&E, which is accident emergency, what they call the ER here, at like 4 a.m. on, I think it was like a Tuesday. I was so sick. I've been on 2 different types of antibiotics, one of which was like almost 2 grams a day of penicillin. Being healthy while you're on exchange is really, really important because you're just gonna feel more up to doing things, whether it's going to the pub with friends or joining clubs or being active. And I think now that I would say I'm like a 95%. I still have a bit of a cough, I still have a runny nose, but I'm almost done being sick, I hope. So yeah, I would definitely, like, when you come on exchange, the thing I would do is make sure you get a GP right away. I tried to do that and I thought I had a GP, and then I went to book an appointment and they're like, that's not your GP, and I'm like, okay, well. Another thing I would do is just make sure, like, multivitamins, you're taking care of yourself, making sure, like, even before you are sick, like the second you land in whatever country you're going to, get stuff like just basic like cold meds, fevers, they're called strepsils here, but like Halls types things, just so when you are sick you can deal with it right away. Because if you're like I am, about a 20-minute walk from a drugstore, you're just not going to be motivated to get medicine, and then it's just going to make it progressively worse. So making sure you get that stuff ahead of time is a really good idea, in my opinion, if you're on exchange. Another thing is friends. I'm not gonna lie, making friends is really a struggle going on exchange. I found I struggled a lot with it my first month here. I think it has a combination of factors, of one of which being I'm in mostly 2nd to 3rd year courses. I'm taking 1 first-year course, 3 second-year courses, and 2 third-year courses. And so a lot of people have been here for multiple years, have met people and made friends, and sort of slotting yourself in could be a little bit tricky at times, I find. And just like, I mean, both Canada and the UK are Western, even Commonwealth countries. You'd think they'd have a lot in common, but I find like at Durham specifically, it has a bit of a stereotype of being, some of the students being very posh, and I think the what's the term? It's like an Instagram account that has this term. Oh, raw. So like RAH, raw. There's like an account on Instagram called Durham Raw Spotting. I think it's just hysterical. There's a bit of a stereotype of that around Durham, and I just was like, oh, it's a stereotype, it's not like actually how it is. Today in a class that the prof couldn't get the slides to like project in the class. This here are hybrid, so there's some people on Zoom, some people in-person classes. And so there's always Zoom lectures in all of my classes, and so she just told everyone to log into the Zoom lecture because she was screen sharing the slides onto the Zoom lecture. However, I own a laptop. I just prefer taking handwritten notes, and I don't really want to carry my laptop around. To short, I asked people, like, can you like turn your laptop so I can at least see the slides so I know like where about we are on the notes. And I had 2 different people refuse to like lend me a hand, and then one of which was a gentleman sitting in front of me, with 3 of his friends, and they proceeded to laugh at me and call me a broke American and make fun of me, and I had to listen to that for 45 minutes in lecture. But yeah, it's just like cultural differences like that. But for the most part, people are really helpful here, I find, and really nice. I've made like a few like peripheral friends. I wouldn't say I have like a bestie here yet, but definitely gets easier. Like, you're probably gonna have like 2 bad weeks. I know I did, at least, where I was like calling my parents and wanting to come home, but I'm still here, so we'll hope November is a little bit better. And then school-wise, getting used to the UK system of doing things work-wise is a lot. I find there's a lot more readings, and the readings, there's a lot more expected of you when you do readings. At home, the readings, they're always like mandatory. In a lot of my courses, I've been able to get away with not doing them, and I still score quite well on tests of high 80s, low 90s, versus here it is expected of you to know the readings kind of inside out. And a lot of my lectures refer back to the reading, so if you go to the lecture without doing the reading, you don't really know what's going on. So staying on top of that is a bit of a struggle. And then having lectures only once a week for, they say it's an hour, I would say it's about 45 minutes, versus at home for one class we have 3 hours of lecture plus maybe a tutorial or a lab, depending if you're taking like STEM type courses or not. So going from having, let's say, 4 contact hours of being in a classroom in front of someone a week to going to 1, maybe 2 if you have a seminar is a really big adjustment, because I find here it's a lot more like self-learning. You're teaching yourself the material rather than having, you know, a prof in front of you explaining how everything works, which is definitely interesting, I would say. All right, and then I think in the last part of all these videos, I'm going to do like what my hopes and dreams are for next month. So it's already November 3rd. My next video is going to be very exciting because I'm traveling to Spain this weekend. I'm going to Malaga with a girl in my building from France, so that's very exciting. Today is Wednesday, we leave Friday, come back Sunday, so I'm very excited about that. I have been to Spain once in my life. I was incredibly sick when I was in Spain the last time, so I'm hoping I'm not going to be sick this time. But I'm very excited to travel. I'm hoping to do a little bit more traveling this month, even if it's just within the UK of like London, Edinburgh, Newcastle kind of thing. I'd really like that. I've also kind of shared like my hobbies goals, but I want to finish that sweater, or at least get the front and back, and get like by the end of the month be sewing it together. I want to finish the Song of Achilles. I want to finish the Poppy War. I want to hopefully be done either the Anthropocene, yeah, that's how you pronounce it. It's up on the shelf, that's why I keep looking back. Anthropocene Reviewed or Atomic Habits. Hopefully, another thing that's kind of random, I love film cameras. I have either 22 or 23 exposures left on this. I would love to fill up this film camera by the end of the month. I know I have a few pictures from Halloween because I went out with 2 of my roommates to a house party. I will put a picture here of my costume because I loved that costume. It was so good. But yeah, hopefully we'll have some film photos by the end of the month of some fun things. And school-wise, just stay on top of my work. I have I think it's summatives are before formatives, or it's the other way around, but I know I have all of those due this month. I have 1 due starting next Friday, and then I have either 1 or 2 due the week after that. So staying on top of those. I already have 1 of them done though, so that's very exciting. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my video again. Love the support. I need to, wait, I have my water bottle somewhere. I know it might be in my washroom. I got it. We're gonna drink up, we're gonna drink our water, we're gonna stay happy, we're going to travel, and we're gonna have a good time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.